Look what y'all made. Saturday show and tell. Here we come. And I tell y'all, my sewing students in real life, in my classroom, talk about what y'all are making. Well, one of them yelled at me this week. Not really, but I did kind of get in trouble. She said, Tim, your show and tell goes too fast. I can't see what they're making. I need you to slow it down. I said, yes, ma'am. So here we are, a little slower and a little longer because y'all keep sending the most amazing photos and stories. There's some stockings in here. First project ever. And on the inside of the stockings, a sweet message from their grandmother. There's a man in here making a bag. He's a Harley mechanic. He asked Mom, do you think you can help me make that for my girlfriend after he saw the one that his mother had made? Mom said it was the sweetest experience to be able to do that with her 21-year-old son. So many of these projects were made by kids, 8 years old, 10 years old, made with grandmother and with mom. Y'all are doing all the things. Y'all are passing this tradition on the same way that it was passed on to me and the same way it was passed on to many of y'all. And these little people that you're passing it on to will pass it on also. So many of these projects that you're looking at right now are first-time projects. It's the first thing I've ever sewn, y'all keep telling me. But I can't tell because they're amazing. They're so much better than the first project I ever made. It was an awful dress. It was so bad. It was terrible. I can still see it in my mind. It was one of those overall kind of dresses, kind of like an apron, had the shoulder straps, but you wore a shirt underneath it, and it was a terrible yellow color. I'm not sure why I picked that fabric or why my grandmother let me pick it. That's not true. I know the answer to both of those. I was 13. I didn't want to make the dress, and she was making me make it, so I picked whatever fabric was convenient so I could leave the fabric store. Or it wasn't a fabric store. It was TWL, TG&Y, or some dollar store that we had that carried fabric. But she did let me pick what I wanted, and she let me choose the pattern, and it was terrible. And we fought all the way through the whole thing, and it was not a great experience. I was 13, and she meant I was going to know how to sew. She didn't ask me if I wanted to learn. She told me I needed to learn. And then when I was 22, I was pregnant with my first little fella, and I wanted all the things, but I couldn't afford all the things. So I decided I could make all the things because my grandma did, right? So I called her, and I said, Grandma, can you come help me out? And she said, Tammy, do you remember last time? I said, I promise it'll be different this time, Grandma. And she said, I'm on my way. That is how my sewing journey began. And here we are. That little fella is 22 years old now. My name is Tammy. I'm your favorite sewing teacher, and I would love for you to come sew with me.